Hey guys, and welcome back to Tasmania TV and another episode of DIY or Die. Today I am making a necklace out of chicken bones, and before I get started, I just want to remind you that I have a video for the process of collecting and cleaning wild animal bones, so I will not be going into that in this video. Other than the bones, I will be using this necklace chain, a clasp so that the necklace can be opened and closed, an O-ring for the clasp to close onto, and a smaller O-ring to attach the clasp to the chain with. And I will be using some crafting pliers for this project. The first step is putting the necklace base together, and I'm gonna do that by first attaching the slightly larger O-ring to one end of the chain, using my fingers and the pliers. To the other end of the chain, I am going to attach the smaller O-ring, which I will first hang the little clasp onto. Once those details are in place, the necklace can be opened and closed, and it is time to move on to the bones. I will again be using the craft pliers as well as a set of wire cutters because I am going to be using craft wire to attach the bones to the necklace. This is soft and bendable wire, which is perfect for making jewelry. Here are the bones after they have been properly prepped. There are 10 of them, and I've arranged them in the order I would like them to hang on the chain, with the larger bones in the middle, working outwards, getting smaller and smaller. If you are trypophobic, maybe look away for a couple of seconds, as dry bones can have lots of little cavities in them. I think it's quite beautiful though, in a very creepy way, of course. I like the natural look of these bones, so I will not be coating them with anything today. In the previous video where I made a pair of earrings out of bones though, you can see me paint them black. There are lots of fun ways to incorporate bones into your style. Anyway, the process of attaching the bones to the chain starts with wrapping each bone in wire. With a firm grip, I wrap the wire 2 times around the bone, and in the back, which is the side that will be facing down onto the skin, I pinch the 2 wire ends together with one of the pliers and twist it around until it's nice and tight. We don't want the bones flopping around in the wire. At this stage, I leave about 5 centimeters of wire for each bone, so that we have enough to work with once it's time to attach everything to the chain, making sure that there is no sharp edge of the wire poking through so that I can cut myself when wearing the necklace. You want this to be comfortable. And then I'm just going to continue wrapping each bone in wire until all 10 bones are done. So wrapping, twisting, cutting, and leaving some room for the attachment. Here we are, 10 bones at the ready. For the next part of the process, I'm going to be using one of my mannequins, as it's a lot easier to see what you're doing that way. You can of course keep your product at your work desk if you like. I'm just putting the chain onto the mannequin and then deciding the placement for the bones, starting with the 2 larger ones centered in the middle. Once I know where to place them, I'm simply twisting the wires into little hooks and just pulling those through the chain, letting them hang like that for now. And then continuing on with the placement of the next 2 bones. I decided to space them all evenly, with 3 chain links between each bone. And then I just keep hanging each bone onto the chain in the same manner until they're all in place. Then I carefully remove the necklace from the mannequin and move the project back to my desk. Now comes the part when we close up the wire, fully securing each bone to the chain. And I do that by cutting the wire to the desired length and then, like before, using the pliers to twist the wire so that it seals itself. Again, making sure to hide any sharp edges. Once I've done that to every piece, all that remains is adjusting everything so that the necklace falls the way I want it to once it is worn. So I am putting it back onto the mannequin, and as you can see, some of the bones have twisted and are facing the wrong way. So I just go in with my fingers or the pliers to correct that. Once they're all facing the correct way and all the wire is nice and closed, the necklace is done and ready to be worn. I love jewelry like this because it is a mix of natural and macabre. The design is quite simple but still impactful, but if you think bigger is better, you can always go in with more details. Thank you for watching, and remember, do no harm but take no shit. I'll see you next time!